Holly J. Mitchell. Raise your hand if you know who I'm talking about. Holly J. Mitchell serves on the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, where she leads with a deep understanding of the vital safety net LA County provides to millions, do you hear me, millions of people that live in Los Angeles County. She is committed to ensuring that all residents thrive. We are so happy and enthusiastic to have Board of Supervisors of the 2nd District. Holly J. Mitchell is in the house.
Hey, oh, I love that. We living our life like it's golden. Running for office as a woman is not easy. And I can tell you that from a little experience. I've had the pleasure of serving in the state legislature for 10 years prior to running to the Board of Supervisors, and it's not easy. Do you know that your LA County Board of Supervisors is all female? Yes. All 5 of us. Am I gonna mess you up by walking around? Okay, good. He said he's gonna follow me. 10 million people call LA County home. 10 million. And with my election in 2020, we made it all female. For the vast majority of this county's history, going back over 150 years, it was all male. And we know the names of the first women elected. Yvonne Burke was appointed first, followed by Gloria Molina. So when you think about our county's history and recognize that we in this room know the names of the first, we know that that's very recent history, right? And we're only 5 representing 10 million because the founding fathers, there were some others there, of the county, all those hundreds of years ago, never imagined that there'd be 10 million of you. They never imagined 10 million. So there are 5 of us who govern 10 million, which arguably makes this one of the most powerful elected bodies in the country. So what does that mean for me? I look older in my picture than I do in real life. Because it's hard work, Dr. Susie. It's hard work. It's hard work. So the theme of today's conference is empowerment, but as I walk this room and look at all of you, you all are empowered already. You are. So the only thing I want to bring to you today is something that I am discovering, maybe more so in the last couple of years, and that's the importance of joy. You know, people like to say to women, oh, you know, how do you create the balance? And when I think of balance, I think of the scales. And this notion of balances means that we're keeping the scales even. And I don't know about you, but I've never been able to do that really well. When I first ran for the assembly in 2008 as a candidate, my son was 8. I'm a single adoptive parent. And I only say that because I wanted to be clear that there wasn't a husband, an ex-husband, a baby daddy. There was no one, you know, I made this choice. Now, I've had a village. I've built a village for him his whole life. But as a single adoptive parent, that meant it was on me. And so there were days when it wasn't a sense of balance. There were days when he won, and there were days that I sent him to school with a little baby aspirin in his pocket. It was like, okay, if you don't feel good at recess, just you're going to be all right because I got one meeting I have to do today, and then I'm going to pick you back up. Or his little asthma inhaler. Put the asthma inhaler in your pocket for the field trip, and I'm going to be there for the next field trip. We've all done that. So this notion of balance is just not real. It's more like, you remember the Carol Burnett show and the man would spin the plates? You remember that? He'd spin the plates and he'd get all the way down to the end and it just looked like that first plate was going to get rocky and he'd go back and he'd keep that plate rolling. That's been my life as your public servant. I've been spinning the plates, spinning the plates, spinning the plates. But, we have a lot of conversation about joy. I bought my son this beautiful book, Black Boy Joy, and it had beautiful poetry and essays. The Black Women's Collective, this wonderful advocacy organization right now statewide, did an amazing event last year about Black girl joy. And the girls double dutch. They played. I was at one of our county parks in unincorporated LA County a couple weeks ago for Girl Play Day, where we're trying to invest in girls' athletics so girls have equal opportunity to play sports. And we played. There is something about a swing set. Ms. Chambers knows I can't be in a park without getting on a swing. It's something about I feel like I'm flying. I love a good swing. So at this day, the girls' play day a couple weeks ago in Roosevelt Park, we've opened 5 new playgrounds, and I saw this thing that looked like a swing. And if you want to see pure joy on a 60-year-old woman's face, go to my Facebook, and you will see this picture of me on this disc, and they've spun me around, and my 6-foot-tall legs is all in the air. And the expression on my face, it tickled me when I saw the picture, because I didn't know the photographer was taking it. It was pure joy. So I want us, because you are empowered women, to figure out how to incorporate joy in your life. Now, what we say, oh yes, I like to have a spa day. But I don't know about y'all, but we can't have spa days every day. It just doesn't work that way. And so we have to figure out ways to incorporate joy, I think, every day. You can't wait for a spa day or the nail day or whatever you do. We have to figure out how to incorporate joy every day. What I've engaged with my team, taught by a consultant, we start every board meeting with breathing exercises. And so I was a little skeptical. I'm like, breathing, what is that? Let's just get to the agenda. We have work to do. I could see it on the faces of some of my team members. Deep breathe, what are they talking about? Let me tell you something. It is something about stopping, breathing in deeply through your nose, holding it for a 4 count, exhaling for a 4 count, and doing that 4 times. I can feel my anxiousness, my drive, I'm about to jump on somebody-ness dissipate. It goes away. And as a skeptic, I can tell you it does. We start every staff meeting with our breathing. I think it's really important. Breathing sounds so basic, but sometimes we forget to do it. And you know that feeling when you're uptight or whatever, we're not breathing deeply, and it does something to our bodies. A staff member presented something to us recently as we have an event, if you go to my website, called the Racial Justice Learning Exchange, where we're really trying to tackle on a monthly basis some of the deepest, most painful issues that we're all confronted in our communities. And she talked about seeing beauty, nature, and water, that you don't even have to be submerged in water, but to see water and to hear water, what it does to your physical body. And we were at Magic Johnson Park looking out over that amazing lake. And I sat down, said, I'm going to have my lunch outside for 15 minutes and looked at that lake, and I could feel the difference throughout the day. So I want you to figure out how to incorporate some element of joy. How am I doing it? I got a bicycle. I hadn't ridden a bike since that long ago. I was participating in Ciclavia, and I got on a Metro bike. Metro has these pedal assist bikes. It's not electric, because my son says that's cheating. He's 23, that could be cheating in his mind. It's pedal assist, which means I pedal, but if I turn it on, I get a little extra boost, which for me makes me courageous enough to go further because I'm not scared that I'm going to get tired and can't get back home. I got a bicycle, messing around with Metro and Ciclavia. So if you see me, I don't know why y'all insist on hollering out the window, Supervisor Mitchell, is that you? So I'm riding because I'm trying to be healthy, but I'm still a little nervous riding on the street because I'm 60. So stop honking at me and saying, is that you? Just, the bike is bright aqua, my helmet is bright gold, it's me. Just say, there she is. Don't honk at me, makes me nervous. But I want you to think about today. Talk to the women at your table in your workout groups. You're going to have some amazing work breakout groups. Think about something that will bring you joy. Girl Trek has this amazing national program where they're asking us all to walk 30 minutes a day. I did my 30 minutes this morning, April. Listen to the Girl Trek podcast. I'm finding ways to bring me joy. And you're hearing me talking about physical activities because my mother died prematurely as a result of obesity. She didn't see me get elected to the Board of Supervisors because of battling obesity her entire adult life, and it took her early. And I said to myself at some point, the family, we're doing all that we can to help Mom make different choices. And ultimately, I realized the only thing I can do is change me. Despite my 6-foot frame, I don't have an athletic bone in my body. Which is why you can't honk at me on the street when I'm riding my bicycle. Because I'm riding it, but I'm not real sure. So for me to say I'm going to ride my bike, for me to get up and walk every day is a big deal because it is not something that is just naturally I enjoy doing. We have to find our joy. And I want you to promise me today that you're going to think about what that might be. As I close, I'm going to give you another glimpse into the Team Mitchell world. What we also do in the middle of every all-staff meeting, all 50 staff, we start with breathing. And midway through, we do something called a dance break. And when we... Get up! Get up! Get up! We're going to have a dance break. And dance like nobody's watching. Nobody sees you. Nobody sees you. We're going to move our bodies. We're moving our bodies. Dance like nobody's watching. That's chair dance. I love it. Chair dance. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to lean. That's right. I see you, sister, leaning.
If you know the chorus, let's hear it.
Oh, 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 oh. Ain't nobody love me better. Make me happy. Make me feel insane. Ain't nobody love me better than all of you. So the point of the dance break is to bring us joy, is to get up and move, is to break the monotony of a 2-hour all-staff meeting. But it brings us joy. It gets your heart pumping, your blood moving. And from my perspective, you're then able to then refocus when you sit back down and begin to tackle the challenges that we all are facing every day. The challenges that are going to require, as Jane Fonda said recently, I love this quote. She's on the cover of the April 8th Time magazine. And she says, I will take the moment I have to completely show up with everything I have. Isn't that something? So if we find our joy, we're breathing, you figure out whatever it is that works for you. Dance break may not be for everybody. It works for me. It allows me to show up with everything I have every day. And all of you who can call the 2nd District your home, expect that of me, as you should. So find your joy. Don't honk at me when I'm riding down the street on my bicycle. And thank you so much for the invitation. It's been delightful to share time with you this morning. Will you invite me back? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you.